Nipple piercing.
Yeah.
Not piercing in general. Never has appealed to me. Appealed to me. I've never had a pierced ear, nothing, nose.
Pierre has both nipples pierced, right?
Does he really?
I think he does, yeah.
Ooh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have 5 in my ears.
Do you really still?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
nipples?
I got 5 nipples. I got 3 nipples in the left ear and 2 nipples in the right ear.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I can stick earrings through them right now if I wanted to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It didn't look right. I tried. I was in old radio and, and every time I looked in the mirror, I'm like, I don't look like an earring guy. Yeah.
I had my nipple pierced.
No, shut up.
Are you kidding? Miss Needle Phobic?
How long have we known you? We
Happy birthday, Preston!
Thank you. Birthday present from Kathy Romano.
Birthday miracle!
Revealed that she had her nipple pierced.
I still don't believe
smiling. She was smiling when I brought this up. She looked at me holding up her hand, meaning I have something to say, and you had this bizarre look on your face.
Wow.
Oh, my
Look
God.
at Steve.
Steve
so
can't even
perplexed.
speak.
No,
doesn't know what to
this
do.
makes sense, though, because sometimes I'll see Kathy walking around, and she'll have a kettlebell suspended from her crotch. And I'm like, what's that?
Okay, so
What's that attached to? And she has another piercing.
let's unpack this here for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I can explain.
number 1, you're deathly afraid of needles,
Yes.
anything that has to do with that. Number 2, you're so pristine when it comes to anything that
She has a
has
perfect vagina.
to do. Well, by pristine, I mean
No
what's
tattoos,
yeah,
Unblemished.
and also no touching any even remotely
Yucky
sexual areas, naughty areas of the body.
Well, you've been scarred by your mother.
Let me sit down here.
I know.
Okay, sit down and I'll tell you the
'Cause I wanna
story.
hear
There's got to be a catch
Casey,
here.
fan him. Fan him.
Please.
There's a catch here. There's got to be a catch.
All right. How long ago?
Okay, so
Last week.
no, let me think about this. Okay, I think it was college. Yeah, I was in college.
It had to be.
Somebody had to have been kidnapped, and this was the only way to get them released.
Well, I was trying to think if it was after college, but it wasn't.
Like a spring break thing?
No, so it was in college. I had a very good friend from high school, turned stripper, she was getting things pierced.
Okay.
And so and by the way, she hid from me that she was a stripper for a long time. So I didn't know she was a stripper, but she was. Anyway, so she was going to get something pierced. Now, I grew up, my mom always taught me, do not get a tattoo. In 10 years, you're not going to like it. You're going to pick something today and you're never going to like it. And so that stuck with me. What she was okay with, now I don't think she knew I got my nipple pierced, but what she was okay with was piercings because you could always take them out.
Right.
They grow back, yeah.
So I had piercings all the way up my ear, in the cartilage, all of that.
Yeah.
I had my belly button pierced. And
I didn't know that either.
so at this point, then there was like, well, what else do I get pierced? My friend was going to get a piercing. I forget which. She was getting her nose done. I didn't want to get my nose done because I have terrible allergies. I'm like, that thing's gonna go flying when I blow my nose. So we were just there, and she was like, just do it, just do it. So she basically convinced me, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Was
it a dude who did it?
It was a guy who did it. We went to like a place we were in New Hope, so it was like a piercing place. It wasn't like some corner store. I felt comfortable. It was very like, doctor-esque.
Right.
The room was set up. So I did it. I got my nipple pierced.
You were drinking beers?
No, listen. It was terrible. It was an awful, awful experience. My body rejected it.
Oh.
It never healed ever. It was like a massive infection.
Wow.
And my boyfriend at the time was he was finally like, what are you doing? Just take it out. It's not gonna, because I thought I went through all of this.
Yeah.
Like I had a needle go through my nipple. Like, help me here. So I didn't want to take it out because I went through all of that. It was terrible. It was terrible pain when he did it. Afterwards, it was awful. So I did not have it very long, and I ended up taking it out.
Was the intention to get both of them done initially, and then you
No.
stopped after one? No,
Just
you just want
one?
to get
I was
one.
just getting one.
You
and
seem more like a completist.
see what
Was it
happens.
A stud,
It was a ring.
It was a ring?
Yeah.
Ring.
Okay.
It was a ring. You
All
had,
right.
but I mean, it was terrible. It was so bad. It was so infected. I had to put like a gauze pad in my bra because it was infected. And no, it was disgusting. It was awful. Yeah.
So that's horrible. That's disgusting.
Awful.
I have to imagine, did you at least become woozy during any of these piercings when you're as needle phobic as you are?
So the thing with needles and me is if I can't look at it. That's every time I have passed out because of it, I watched it. So I watched Jace getting stitches. I watched the needle go through his chin.
Right.
I saw the skin pull, and I was like, that was it. I was out. So each time I was watching it. So this obviously I didn't watch. I closed my eyes, turned my head, held my stripper friend's hand,
held
and
your nipple out.
Put my nipple out, and there we go.
That was it.
And do you have scarring to this day from
so
it?
yes, there's like a tiny. You wouldn't know. Here, I'll show you. Come here.
Come on. Let us decide.
So
we'll try to pick the one out.
When you
You wouldn't
sneeze,
know. It is a tiny little like spot. Yes, I can see it. It's on one side, but if you guys were sucking on my nipples, you would never know.
if we're sucking on your nipples.
Well, leave it to Kathy to make a story like that unsexy.
So
I don't know. It was pretty sexy.
It started off sexy, and then the infection and the
Right?
gauze.
Yes.
How many
ruined
days or
it.
weeks did it last?
It was in a couple of weeks. Like I said, I tried. I went back to the guy. He was like, here, gave me, cleaning and this and that and whatever. And it just like literally
that
my
why
body was rejecting it.
is that why your nipple whistles now and then?
Every once in a while?
Did your mom find out about this right now as well?
Probably. Yeah, I think she probably found out
She's
now.
on the roof ready to swan dive into the parking lot.
So how long total do you think you actually had it in?
Nick, probably maybe a month or
Okay.
something, and it just was not getting better.
And always painful all the time.
It was so painful the entire time. It never healed. It was always painful.
Did removing it hurt, or was it
Yes.
really? Oh, really?
No, hurt. And I remember too. I was in the bathroom at my boyfriend's house in college. It hurt so bad. Like college bathrooms, it was disgusting. It was so gross. And I was up there with my friend, and she was like, "That's it. We're taking it out." And we just, because remember the old piercer, or what they used to use. I don't know what they use now, but it had little balls on the end, so you had to screw the ball off so that you could take the hoop off.
Yep.
So it was like the whole thing was just painful. It was awful.
God. All right. So the actual act of having it pierced, because I couldn't do it. It just seems like it would be so painful.
It was awful. It was so painful.
What did they use, like ice? Or
People who say like, oh no, it wasn't that bad. No, it was bad.
It's one of the more sensitive spots on your body.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So sensitive.
Well, and listen, here's the thing. Oh God, here's more info.
My vaginal piercing.
No, I never did that. But I don't have very. I can't believe I'm saying. I don't have very sensitive nipples, so I thought, oh, okay, I can do this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm not like the girls who are super sensitive and are always nipping through their shirts.
I've got
I
tough
didn't
as
get
leather
that.
nipples.
Yeah, not so much.
So
not true.
when it was happening, did they get like browner or pinker or?
I hate you.
Somebody
No, but
says
I
call
will
the guy in New Hope. He'll be able to answer the question.
But I will say, they would take pictures of all of their piercings, and I was like, oh hell no! I was like, you cannot have a picture of my boob.
I am floored right now.
I am too, man.
So
Yeah.
floored.
Well, we all remember Marissa's tongue piercing.
Yeah.
Remember when she removed that manually at home?
I used to have the audio.
Yeah, with the audio of that getting clipped off. Now that when you initially got that piercing done, Marissa, how could that not hurt?
Because I was on spring break and it didn't matter. No, but did I ever tell you guys a story about when I came home and my mom saw it?
No.
So it was Easter dinner. At first, I should say, as soon as I sat up, as soon as I got a pierce, I sat up and I went, ugh. My mom's gonna know I feel my tongue pierced because my tongue just swelled up and I couldn't eat for a few days. So it was Easter dinner. We're all sitting around the table, like an Italian table. So we're talking and laughing like 2 hours after dinner. And at one point, I just opened my mouth really wide to laugh at something, and the whole table's laughing, and my mom just stops.
Oh, daggers.
And she goes, "What's that?" And the entire rest of the table starts cracking up laughing because they have saw it hours ago. My mom was probably cooking dinner and she didn't notice. So my mom collects herself for a minute and she goes, "Oh, okay, all right," and starts laughing with it. And then she goes, "Well, at least I knew about the other one." And everybody laughs more. My dad goes, "Wait, what other one?"